The recall of lettuce, I mean, I don't even know how long it's been going on. I know it's been going on for a really, really long time. And it worries me, it concerns me. I think everyone should be worried about recalled food. It seems to be happening more and more and more and more often. And it's really scary as a mom, as a person who has to eat. And I like lettuce, love salad. So today I'm going to do something different. Normally in the fall, I start lettuce in those green stalks. We're going to take a proactive stance this fall and winter so that hopefully we have lettuce all winter long. And I want you to have lettuce too, because I don't want us all eating recalled lettuce or doing without. So let me show you what I'm going to try this winter, and I think it's going to work great. So what are we going to do differently? Well, I've got these 2 iron baskets here. I need to go get 2 new coconut core inserts. I did have just thyme in these 2 baskets, and I replanted those somewhere else. And so we're going to fill that up with some nice quality potting mix that is moisture control. I've got this container we're also going to fill up. This container is already filled up, but we're going to amend that soil. And then I've got, oh, I just dropped all the seeds. 3 of these guys that I prepared. We're going to work on these today because these are ready to go. We've got 3 there, 2 of the baskets. So what do these containers have in common? I can pick them up. I can take them in my garage if we get below, say, 28 degrees. Usually lettuce is really cold tolerant. I'm actually going to relocate this sage and use this container too. So we're going to have like 8, 9 containers, just lettuce. So I'm going through my seeds and I divided them up by year. My biggest pile is actually 2021. So we're going to use these lettuce seeds today. I'm going to save 2022, 2023, and 2024 for the future. We'll just move those out of the way. And then we'll go inside and we'll go through these and make a decision after I decide how many containers total are we going to have this fall and winter. It's the next morning and I've got most of the containers filled up with soil and ready, except for the ones that need the liner. We're going to have to run up somewhere, I guess, maybe Lowe's. It's the wrong time of year for me to be looking for these coconut liners. I narrowed down, we're going to use up 2021 lettuce seeds, and I'm going to save the other lettuce seeds for years in the future. As you can tell, I did better with time. So I had a ton of lettuce seeds. Every year I tell myself, don't buy lettuce seeds. You have so many. So this is 2023. It's a good little stack, but not as bad as 2020. Oh, this is 2022. This is 2022. So I keep doing better. 2023, it's still a little bit chunky there. So I guess I was still buying lettuce seeds, but not as bad as the year before. And then look, 2024, I have not bought any lettuce seeds at all. I'm so proud of myself. I have stopped looking at the seeds when I'm looking at sales. I'm just like, no, you have so many lettuce seeds, so many varieties. You're not going to buy any more lettuce seeds until these are gone. So we're going to focus with these seeds, even though they're older, 2021. I mean, to me, that's not that old, but we're going to overseed because the germination rate may have gone down just a wee bit. So we're going to do 9, 10 different varieties. We're going to do 1 variety per container. I've grown these before. These are really pretty. And I do want to do some romaine, but I'm going to stay away from heading varieties for the most part. For me, they do a little bit better, say, going into spring versus going into fall. You can still eat them as lettuce. My coffee. I can't even talk this morning. Anyways, you can still eat head lettuce as leaf lettuce. I could densely pack a container full of, let's say, this Butter Crunch head lettuce, and then as it's growing and its little leaves, just come in there and do cut and come again multiple times. We don't have to let the head lettuce grow into a head of lettuce, even though that's a great concept and idea. It's some growing zones, it's just really not realistic. Even for me, like, it gets too hot too quick in the spring, so I have a hard time growing head lettuce. I can grow romaine, no problem. But just because you have a pack of lettuce seeds that says it's a heading lettuce, you don't have to grow it like that. You can just grow it as baby leaves just to eat in salads. Just densely pack it and then, do that method. Cut and come again multiple times. So let's see what we're going to grow. This is gorgeous. I love the red lettuce just because it's so pretty. And this makes a decorative edible landscape or planter if you're going to do a container garden. I may actually put some of this into this container I'm working on for fall, although it probably would not. Thinking about, because I want to get some purple millet to put in that container, but the purple millet is frost tender. I don't know. We'll think about it. That's just a side project there I'm thinking about. So let's see. Winter density. I've grown this, looks like multiple times, and I remember eating it. Oh, this one also says it can take summer heat. So that might be something to keep in mind for next year. These Chef Choice blends or salad bowl blends, this makes it super easy. In fact, this is a really big pack, and I should probably try to use it up. We may do several containers with just this. And that makes it super easy. You just come in there, cut it. You know what we should do is probably succession sow some of these. So why do I want to grow so much lettuce? Well, I really love salad, like I said earlier, and I don't buy bagged lettuce anymore for many, many, many years. Even before I got very serious into gardening, I would just buy lettuce that was just a head of lettuce, and I would clean it myself, chop it myself. It's just the risk of contamination in those bags just seems so high to me. And sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. It's just not worth it. I mean, they get slimy in there. You just don't know what's growing in there. So if you can figure out a way to grow your own lettuce, I think you should. And I think it's easy. You just need full sun, is great. But if you have any kind of heat in your growing zone, like right now, it's still running around 75-ish daytime temp here, up to 80. That's still kind of on the warm side for lettuce. So I grow more part sun because I can control the soil temperature a little bit better. You can always mulch to control your soil temperature, but if it's just hot, it's just hot. I cannot grow lettuce in the summer. I've tried multiple times. I would love to be able to grow lettuce in the summer. Maybe next year I'll try more of deeper part sun, deeper shade planting of lettuce, but then, they get kind of wonky. They don't grow properly. So there is a fine balance there of trying to grow lettuce. But for this fall, we're going to plant up all of those containers. And if I get below 28, they're just going to come into my garage for that night. We do not get hard, cold, brutal weather, if you want to call it that. My growing zone is 7B, so I don't get below. Usually, it is so rare to get below 10 degrees in the winter. That's going to be probably the coldest we might get, a day or two here and there. January, maybe in February, and that's it. So October, November, December, and then end of February, March, we have relatively mild fall and winter temperatures. So I should be able to grow lots of lettuce. And on those rare occasions where it gets, a little cold below, I'm going to go with 28 for my cutoff. You could do 32 to be safe, the freezing point. Now, if I'm going to get ice and it's going to be, 31, 32, I'll bring mine in as well. But this is just a great way to get some lettuce growing and into our diet. You know what I could do instead of succession planting, because I want to plant up all of these containers today, is pick varieties that have maybe different maturity dates, but it really doesn't matter with what we're doing, the cut and come again, loose leaf type growing situation. We just have to eat a lot of salad. That's all there is to it. And pick out 10 varieties of lettuce to grow today. We can always grow more later. And isn't that gorgeous? I have grown this before. It's called Ice Queen. So we're going to go outside in a few minutes. I'm going to show you, I think I know where I might put this. I do remember growing this, and this is really tasty. And I'm thinking, I don't want to grow this for leaf lettuce because this is a heading lettuce that does try to head up really well, even in cooler climates, or for me in the winter. I may put this in my makeshift cold frame and see if it could head up, because wouldn't that be great to have a nice crisp head of lettuce in the middle of winter? Okay, so when we go outside, I'm going to show you my makeshift cold frame, and you could probably come up with something very similar quite easily, just, you know, using what you have at home. I actually haven't decided everything that I'm going to put in that cold frame for the winter, but I do think we could try a few of these. Maybe, you know, one row, say 3 to maybe 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use up the ruby red because I don't think there's too many seeds in there. So that'll be 1 container. We could do 3, those white containers, we'll do 3 of those with the salad bowl blend. And let's see, maybe wait on that. It looks like I've grown this one before. It's been open. And I collected lettuce seeds. That is so easy to do. So this would be some kind of cross if I grew a bunch of different lettuces at the same time and they were all flowering at the same time. I have no idea what could possibly have come. This looks an awful lot like the Ice Queen, but maybe I'll try this one too in the cold frame. So how about, this one's not even been opened, but many people love 4 seasons. Supposedly you can grow it, you know, a lot of different seasons. For me, I'm not gonna be able to grow, let's say June, July, August. We're gonna try this one. We're gonna try it. So we got the ruby red, the 4 seasons, the salad bowl blend. Definitely needs some romaine. I'm gonna grow this. And these don't even have a date, but yeah, it's just a basic salad bowl blend. They haven't been opened. Save those. Buttercrunch, I think, can take a little heat. This might be better for spring. We're going to use these same seeds in the spring. This is beautiful. We'll grow this one. And may try to use these seeds up. I don't particularly care for the speckled lettuces because then I'm always thinking, oh, is there some kind of disease on there? Even though it's not, it's just the look of it. But we might use those up. I'll save that one. Save that. Let's see what this one is. I've already got a red cells. I've grown red cells so many times. It does really well here. Maybe. Tango. I remember ordering this for a particular reason, so maybe we should grow it. Can y'all see that? It says very cold hardy. Okay, without any protection. That sounds like a winner to me. Oh, and I love Little Gem. There's still some seeds in there. Spotted trout. You know, this is also speckled, so we'll save this. Anyways, it's so cute. This is another one that's heat tolerant, so this is an ideal candidate for, you know, early spring planting going into early summer. So I'll save that. Now this is a definite always keeper for me. Wildfire. I've grown this for probably 4 years, and it does extremely well, and it's about empty. Like, there's hardly anything left in this packet. I meant to order more, but I'm on a no lettuce seed buy and freeze for a while. So I'm going to use this up. I hate to use it up because it's all I got, but I love this one. Beautiful array of colors. Grows so well in the winter for me. What is this? White Boston. I do remember growing this one before. We'll use that. So what do we got? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I think that's a good amount. And then we'll save these 2 in case we want to put them in the cold frame. We may go ahead and start these in a seed tray to get them going because I can't put them in that cold frame until I'm done with radishes that are growing in that bed. So we will start these in a tray today. I might start these too, or not. I don't know. I usually don't. I just kind of sprinkle these and then thin them. Okay, I think we have some winners here to get started. This is the bed that I'm thinking about turning into a cold frame this winter. So I've repurposed some tent supports. You can see they bend really nicely. And in the winter, what I do is I just throw some type of protective clear tarp material, like an old shower liner. Works really well, a clear one. I slit holes in it, and it creates a greenhouse effect for me. Right now I've got some 45-day radishes growing. So as soon as they are done, this bed will become some type of winterish greens. I may put maybe, I don't know, maybe bok choy We will see, but that is what I intend to do. And also I wanted to show you some lettuce starts I bought, I'd say a week and a half-ish ago. Got them in my green stock. So I can start probably taking a leaf or two here and there now, because they look like they've doubled in size since I put them in the ground, and they're really growing well. Really, really well. Hey guys, Editing Heather here. I wanted to share with you a few thoughts. Number one, it's okay to buy plant starts if you can't start from seed. Number two, do not pay too much. Look at the prices. These salad bowls that only had 5 or 6 plants, $15. And every single lettuce plant there was bolted or in the process of bolting, as these smaller ones right here were. Just shop around. You can find some deals. I used an all balanced kind of higher in nitrogen fertilizer when I planted them, because, you know, leafy green, that needs nitrogen. So let's look at my second cold frame area. So in the winter, I do the same thing. I throw a small clear shower liner that I've put a few slits or so, I don't know how many I put in there, just to let a little air escape, but to create a greenhouse effect. I got these rebar mesh support thingies and cut them so I could make an arch. Now I've got celery growing right now. That will get relocated. Don't know if I'm going to use this as a greenhouse green lettuce green bed this winter, because I've got all these strawberries too. I may just do celery and strawberries in this bed, and we will do our new method of carrying these planters in and out with our lettuce. And see the deck railing containers there? I used to actually have those up here on the deck, and I would grow lettuce in those, and that would be something you could definitely carry in and out if the weather got too cold or your lettuce leaves are in danger of freezing. I've also used these containers for lettuce. It makes it really convenient to have them so close and also portable. But you don't have to have specific containers to grow lettuce. You could just get, let me see if I can find something, just some free nursery pots. A lot of garden centers has a bin out front of their store where people will recycle their containers and just leave them for people to take. You could use grow bags, although they would be messier and heavier if they're wet in the winter. But you don't have to have pretty, you know, ceramic containers. You can just do with what you have. You could have a big old butter tub that has 5 pounds of butter, margarine, clean it out really well, put holes in the bottom. You could even spray paint it on the outside or decorate it. You could grow, you know, lettuce and something like that and just take it in and out as the weather deems fit. Here's an example of some free kind of pots you could get at like a greenhouse. People donate, you know, these type of containers all the time. I would say this would be too big. I would go for something like this if you wanted to put, say, 2 romaines could probably grow in here. Maybe even 3 if you're keeping it well fertilized. Or you could put, you know, a sprinkling of your mixed lettuce baby greens. Have a nice little cute container. You just do the cut and come again method. This would probably be maybe a little better. Doesn't have to be super deep, but wider is better. Oh, actually, here's a container that's perfect. This is my ginger pot. See how it's wide and not as deep? That is really perfect for growing lettuce. And this is portable. I could pick this up, take it in, which I will, because ginger is frost tender. Alright guys, it's a few days later. I had to go to Lowe's and get some liners. Not quite the right size. The proper size I did not buy because it had a weird film all over it. Felt very tacky, and I didn't want my lettuce growing next to that, so I got the smaller size that felt fine. Been trying to find a bunch of these around the garden. We're going to cover our lettuce bowls because the squirrels love to dig. Right now it's prime digging time. You can just look around my deck and see dirt everywhere where they've been digging and digging. They just love to dig. I've already filled up these 3, those 3 down there. I got to put one of the mesh trash cans over top of those. We're going to get busy. I've already picked out all the lettuces we're going to use. I think to keep things simple in the hanging basket, I'm going to fill it up first. This is pretty light. It's not super heavy, but it's a real good quality mix that I get at a local farm. And we're just going to put the Chef's Choice or salad bowl blend into those hanging baskets. Got some nice rainwater here. We've had so much rain, so I'm using it. Halfway filled, we're going to wet this really well and then put another layer of soil. I almost forgot. We're also going to put in a natural slow release fertilizer, and this one in particular is higher in nitrogen. And then we're also going to put in some nice fresh worm castings. All right, we're going to do a nice generous sprinkling all around in the container here. And then it's already really moist, and then I'm going to sprinkle just a wee bit of the worm casting on top. And that should be good because lettuce needs light to germinate, and it needs to stay really moist during the germination process. In addition to these wire metal trash cans from Dollar Tree, you can try these. They're like scare away mats. They got little spikes on them, but they're not sharp, but they're annoying. They don't hurt animals, they're just annoying. So this will help maybe keep the squirrels out of my containers. Probably not, because I have actually watched squirrels move these before to dig up a nut. I'm not joking. But I'll show you how I've got them interlocked. So hopefully these lettuce seeds will be protected long enough to get over this time period where the squirrels are burying for fall and winter. All right, they're both done. For the 3 containers that I'm going to keep here on my deck, we're going to do these 3 varieties. I'm anxious to try the Tango. They're all very different leaf color and structure, so I will be able to tell which is which. And when I go to thin these out a little, I'm going to take the seedlings, you know, when they're maybe an inch or so, 2 inches tall, we're going to relocate some to the green stalks. So this is going to be like a seed germination station, but ultimately it's going to be a salad bowl with these varieties. Forgot to put the fertilizer in these, so we're going to do that real quick. And this is the basic Pro Mix. You can buy this in a compressed pack from Walmart, and I've seen it at Home Depot. I'm sure there are other retailers out there. Just kind of Google it. It's it makes 2 cubic feet, and it's compressed in like a brick. It's a red and black bag. I'll go get a picture of it here in a second. All right, got that fertilizer in there. Now we're just going to put some seeds on top and then sprinkle with some of that worm casting. It's already really moist from the rain, so I don't need to water. This is a good variety, Ruby Red, to demonstrate how I'm kind of putting the seeds in because they're white. The other ones were dark. The seeds were dark. So I'm just going to stir it. Go like this around the perimeter and then bring my circle in. To make like a swirl in the center, and then I've got extra, so I'm just going to do that again, kind of randomly just swirl them around because I want them to be fairly evenly spaced so that thinning will be easier. And we're not going to do a lot of thinning, we're just going to take a few from each container over to the green stalk. There we go. You can see they're fairly well dispersed. So now I can top it with a little bit of the worm casting, just a small handful like this. Kind of do the same thing, go around the edges and then swirl in. You can see some of the seeds are still poking out, and that's okay. There we go. This container is done. All right, let's get some of these filled up with some soil and see how well and quickly I can fill them. These are new. All right, I think we're ready to add some water. About an inch of rainwater from the rain barrel. We're just going to move these guys over and let them start to absorb the water. All right, these are nice and moist now, so we are ready to plant some lettuce seeds. Probably use some of these trays for other things, like maybe some bok choy. I think we'll go with 4, maybe 6 to do our lettuces with. So I'm just going to go with these 4 lettuces, and I'm going to put 2 to 3 seeds per individual cell, because remember these seeds are from 2021. That'll give us a good percentage chance of the germination. I do need to label because all of the trays look the same, and just going to put, like I said, 2 or 3 per cell. just barely below the surface, and I'm not particularly happy with this Pro Mix right now. It is actually very chunky and does have quite a bit of mulch in big chunks. I'm not too happy about that, but we're going with it because that's what I have. And there we go. I just barely sprinkled a little bit of that worm casting on top, and they are good to go. So these trays are done, these 4. I got 3 of those ceramic containers done, and now last but not least, this whole container here. It's pretty wide. We're just going to do little gem romaine lettuces. They're so cute. You can make adorable little like BLT salads with this. Don't forget to keep your lettuce seeds moist during that germination period. You don't want them to dry out on you. You can see with a little time, a little effort, I got a lot of less lettuce growing for fall and winter. And I hope that you will too. If you decide to grow some lettuce, comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. And thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you'll come back for a garden tour to see how all my lettuce is doing in the future. Bye. If you wanted to make your own lettuce blend, your own salad bowl blend, all you have to do is take, 3, 4, 5, 6 different varieties of lettuces. Just kind of mix them together and then just sprinkle and plant. And you've got your own salad bowl blend. Today's video, it's all about those top 10 foods that get recalled all the time. I think there's like a list of the top 7, and number 1 is always lettuce and greens. And so my goal every year for the last many years has been to grow, hold on, I'm having a moment, I can't even remember. One of my favorite salads is just lettuce, like romaine, balsamic glaze, diced tomatoes, blue cheese, bacon. I don't know what it's called. I want to call it Cobb salad. Goodness, it's going to kill me. I have to go look that up, but I love this plant. This is a Mexican petunia. Absolutely love it. So my plan is we're going to put all those seeds into the 10 containers. I'm going to germinate the seeds outdoors here because it's nice, perfect temperature right now. And then with all the extra plants, when I go to thin those containers, I'm actually going to put some of those plants into my empty green stalk pockets. Kind of, how I've got the lettuce there in those pockets. Well, I'm going to put some of the extra plants all in through here. All the empty pockets. I'm going to, maybe wait for the seedlings to get at least, I don't know, a couple true leaves, and then transplant them into my green stalks.